Right. So we discuss the major tools now. Okay, the advertising, PR, personal selling, sales promotion. The first tool that we are going to discuss tonight is the direct digital marketing. Now, direct digital marketing is quite interesting in the sense that it works in a different logic to the previous ones that we just discussed. Okay. In the case of, let's say, advertising campaign, okay, if you're a marketer, we try to convey the message to the receivers, okay? In this instance, our target audience, yeah? That's advertising, or the traditional advertising, the traditional promotional tools, okay? If you think about personal selling or any other traditional tools, okay? So here we convey the message. We convey the message to the target audience, okay? In the case of direct marketing, direct digital marketing, it is in a different logic. If this is us, the marketers, okay, or the marketing organization, okay, and we try to convey the message for the audience, okay. Well, actually, we are in a better position in this instance, okay? It is not about us conveying the message to the target audience, okay? As a marketing organization, we may publish, okay? We may publish, okay, our message, okay? Either through Facebook page or blogs or websites, on our websites, and so on and so forth. Publish our marketing materials, okay? Now, then what happens next is basically the target audience will do the Google search, right? They find us, okay? So that is, therefore we say that it is in a different logic, okay? If this is us and the target audience, sorry, I did not draw that pretty clearly. Okay, so it's not about us sending the message to our target audience, but it's actually about the target audience finding us. Okay, you may recall that we discussed in the case of advertising campaign, there is a tendency that our target audience, avoids the message, right? When we watch, you name it, let's say Married at First Sight. I'm sorry if I name specific TV programs. Or the Big Bang Theory, or The Voice, for instance. When the commercial break comes, we may leave our TV room and go to make tea, coffee, and so on and so forth. Okay, but direct digital marketing is different, right? Ask yourself, when you want to buy, let's say, a ticket to fly from Sydney to Hawaii, for instance, or from Melbourne to Fiji, for instance, all right? What would you do? Well, you open your laptop and you type in the Google search box. Okay, so that means you are searching for the information, right? The same logic key. Okay, you're searching for the information. Therefore, if you want to have a career in direct digital marketing, actually you need to think about becoming a publisher. Okay, you write you publish them. Okay. Right, so that's basically direct digital marketing in a nutshell. Okay, so today now let's have a look at them briefly. Okay, what is direct marketing? Well, it is actually one-on-one. It is actually intended to build one-to-one relationship with the customers. Okay, so the keyword in here is one-to-one relationship with the customers. Okay, now, what do we mean by one-to-one? Again, this is a different logic to advertising. When we place an advertising campaign on TV, for instance, it will reach millions of target audience with the same message, right? In the case of direct digital marketing, we customize it, okay? We customize it to their needs, okay? How can we do that? Well, to create that relationship at one-to-one level or at personal level, we actually need what we call as database or customer database. Okay. Okay. Customer database. What is that? Well, it is a collection of the customer profile that contains their information that consists of geographic information, demographic information, psychographic information, and behavioral information. There you go. You may recall in the strategic marketing discussion that we had some time ago. There are the 4 segmentation variables that are key for us to understand our target market. Okay, so how do we get that? Well, the customer database is actually built through the customer's touch point, right? So the customer touch point is actually any tools that the customers use to that will lead to us. Okay, so they may call us. That means the telephone and the inbound marketers or inbound sales team has become the touch point, right? Or they may post their comments, their inquiries through our Facebook page, to our Instagram accounts, or Twitter, or websites, through our online chat, for instance, right? They are basically giving us the information. Okay, so with that we can find out who they are, right? Using the 4 segmentation variables, we can detect them. Right, so with that we can customize our message to the customers. Right, now in this instance, it is also important for me to highlight the importance of CRM, customer relationship management, as the tool to help us understanding the customers. Right, unfortunately, in my observation, a lot of companies talk about the software when it comes to talk only about the software when it comes to CRM. Well, actually, the term CRM should focus on, the relationship. Okay, the software is actually the tool only for us to collect the data, to allow the customers to talk to us, to allow us to talk to the customers, to allow the customers to talk to the other customers. All right, but essentially, it should help us building our strategy in building and maintaining the relationship with the customers. Okay. All right. So that's direct marketing in a nutshell. Now, what about the digital marketing? Well, digital marketing is actually the extension of direct marketing using digital technologies. Okay. So what do we mean by digital technologies? Well, you name it. Anything that is connected to the internet, you call it as digital. Including your mobile phone can become the device to, to talk to the marketers. Okay, that's because thanks to the development of smartphone, so we can use our mobile phone to access the internet, to talk to, access the Facebook, Instagram, and so on and so forth. Otherwise, we feel when we get stuck in the traffic, sitting in the on the bus, get stuck, okay, it may feel bored. All right, it may feel boring. All right, so there are stages in terms of direct marketing, starting from the context. Remember, we need to develop the context. In saying that, guys, and look, it is so powerful actually to use direct digital marketing, because we are actually using the tool to influence the customers when they need to buy something. Right, so we put our brand forward in the customer's mind when they need something. All right, so that it has become so powerful. All right, now one thing I'd like to highlight is basically the ethical consideration when we use it. Well, look, as the Spider-Man's Uncle Ben mentioned that with great power comes great responsibility. Okay, so we need to consider the ethical principle as well. In Australia, we have the privacy principle, where we need to contact the audience that have given the consent to us. Okay, and segment the database, right? That helps us to understand them, and then design the communication. We can customize it, and then be interactive. Okay, so when you build your website, okay, when you have a website, an online presence, okay, you need to ensure that you have someone to look after it. Otherwise, it's they're not going to be engaged with your brand. Okay, right. So that's basically direct digital marketing. Now there are a few tools, there are a few steps that I'd like to discuss briefly here. Okay, before we discuss the assessment. Companies would normally, since the direct digital marketing is so powerful, a lot of companies consider, using direct digital marketing campaign. Okay, and there are 4 things that companies can do. The first one is to create what we call as websites. Okay, or company website or brand website. Okay. And the second one is to participate in the search engine marketing, okay, such as Google AdWords or Bing AdWords, right, and so on and so forth, to help boosting our presence, our website presence, okay. The third one is to participate in social network, okay, such as social media in this instance, right, to be more specific, such as, you know, Facebook or Instagram, okay, or YouTube channel, okay. The one that I have is actually my YouTube channel is basically part of the social media as well, but I do not use it for commercial purpose. I use it to, you know, to convey the message from class, okay. Twitter, okay, and so on and so forth, okay. Now, the other thing that we can do is to set up an email, okay, email communication to the audience, right? So there are the four things that we normally use, okay. In my observation, a lot of people consider using more than one, okay. Very likely they have websites, they run the social media campaign. Email is probably search engine marketing. If they have the budget, they may get involved in it, right? Or some people may advertise their presence through social media campaign. Okay, right. So there are four things that companies do in terms of creating the online presence. All right. Well, the question is, why is that? Why is direct digital marketing, you know, is in high demand? Well, because it gives benefits for both customers and also marketers. Okay. For customers, it gives benefits because you know, it provides with the convenience. Okay, it gives the convenience. We don't need to line up at the parking lot to the shopping, for instance. We can do that, you know, at any time we like. Okay, and it gives us abundance of information that we can research. Okay, and also a wealth of products. Okay, in terms of getting the options. Okay, so you can ask yourself when you want to buy something, you know, cars or whatever, watches and so on and so forth. You go online, you can do research, you can compare, you can make comparison. Okay, so that gives strong benefit for the customers. Okay, and you don't need to struggle with the, you know, in the car park spot to find a car park spot. Okay, for marketers, it is also providing the strong benefit. Okay, it helps building the engagement with the customers. Okay, because the direct digital marketing is customized. We customize the message, okay? So it has the potential of building stronger engagement with the customers. Remember, winning customers is key in this business, okay? And for marketers, it also helps them to expand the business without having a physical store. Okay, so they offer strong benefits for both marketers and consumers. That's the reason why it offers strong, you know, it is in growing demand. Okay, all right, guys. So that's basically the key points I'd like to highlight in terms of the tools of promotion. Any questions before we discuss the assessment?
No, not from me. All good.
All right, thanks a lot. How about you, Liam? All good, mate?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, all good.
Okay, thanks a lot, okay. All right, now let's discuss the assessment, yeah? Okay.
Cool.
All right, I'll just stop sharing that screen, and I'm going to open this assessment. All right, my favorite topic, assessment. Okay, look, well, in a blink, I think I mentioned this in week 1 some time ago, and in a blink, trust me, we are going to discuss assessment 3. All right, here we are. Okay, please make sure that we address everything in the assessments. Okay, except the timeline, right? Except the due dates. I have mentioned in the announcement broadcast that it is due on Friday, not Sunday, week 12. Right? So Friday, week 12. Okay. So you can work individually or pair, but I noticed that I posted a announcement who wants to work in a pair. let me know. I can adjust it. But I received, I think, only one response so far, and even in that response, I did not get the part or the work partner's name. All right. So unfortunately, I can't. I do not want to pair people, as I do not want to create further problem. Okay, why do you pair me with this person? This person doesn't work. Oh, wow. Okay. Anyway, I can't judge that. Okay. Well, anyway, now the assessment has become individual. Basically, I've adjusted that, and the weighting is quite high, actually 50%. So we can't afford to miss this one. Okay. Make sure that we address everything, including the writing format, okay, the writing standard, academic writing standard, and so on and so forth, right? It is in the report format, basically. So make it as a formal business format, okay? Pardon me. And we also have the API referencing style. Now, this referencing thing is something that I would really like to highlight. How important the importance of the referencing, because it contributes, not bad in terms of mark. Right? Because it falls at least in two categories: the writing standard and meeting the academic requirement. Okay. All right. Now this is how we the next one he contains the tasks, okay, that we need to address, okay, and they also become our structure, right? I got a question about the structure. Well, we can refer to the to the assessment brief for assessment structure. Okay, so you can start the introduction, you briefly use that, company background, and so on and so forth, right? So they have provided us with the structure, actually, okay? Now, and make sure you also look at the rubrics, because that's how you're going to be marked, right? That's how your work will be marked, all right? I actually have copied and pasted the assessment brief to a Word document. All right, so this is my copy and paste. Sorry, a bit of different formatting here, so a bit of messy. But anyway, as long as we can discuss, okay, that's the main one. Okay, now introduction. Okay, look. This is actually about the purpose or content of the report. Okay, so you explain it briefly. Okay, the purpose of this report is basically, to discuss whatever the content that you are trying to discuss. Okay, and the next one is company background. Okay, now this company background, okay, it should be as simple as any information about the company. Okay, what you can look at the historical side of the company. Right, the history of the company. It was founded by Widjaja, and so on and so forth. And you can also talk about the main products that they offer. Okay, main products that they offer, products or services. I do personally would recommend you to talk to analyze a product, physical product instead of service. Because service some people may struggle with service, but I'll leave it to you. We offer that product or service, okay? And then you explain, right? Well, they have this product, that product competing in this industry, this product category, that product category, and so on and so forth, okay? And for this report, I'm going to focus on product XYZ, okay? You explain briefly about the product XYZ. Okay, briefly, product XYZ is this one. Okay, done. And the next one is situational analysis. Now, situational analysis requires us to do some research. I do expect that you have, reflected on the feedback I gave you for your assessment one. Okay, so if you look at that, this one here is actually about the macro environmental forces. Okay, macro environmental forces. Okay, so what we need to do for macro environmental forces, there are a couple of things I'd like to highlight again. The first one is actually about the changes of specific factors. Okay, under pastel analysis on the past of specific factors of past, political, economic, social, culture, and technological. Okay, and the impact. Okay, the impact can only be positive only, or negative only. Okay, and in doing so, please show the facts. Please research the facts, the data. Okay, if you talk about economic, for instance, when you show the inflation rates, you show the inflation trend, for instance, in Australia, that affects consumer spending. You show the trend, you show the graph, then you are doing, you have inserted the data. Okay. When you talk about the social trend, for instance, you discuss about the demographic profile, okay, and you support it with the data that you research on the Australian Bureau of Statistics, then yes, you have substantiated that. You have supported your argument with data, okay, with facts, all right? So that's the forces, the macro environmental forces, right? Now, I'm going to skip the next one here, the SWOT analysis for a moment. I just want to jump to the competitive analysis or competitors analysis, okay? I noticed that a lot of people analyze competitors when it comes to assessment one, which is fine, okay? Which is fine, okay? Here, we need to have the two competitors' products or services, okay? So make sure you have two, all right? And the other thing is that please be specific. Okay, I noticed that a lot of people talk about competitive analysis in general. Well, competitors is important, yada yada. Well, if we do that, then we come to the theory again. Okay, so as mentioned before in the assessment one, we need to specify our competitors. Who are they? Okay, who are they? Okay, what do they offer? Okay, what do they offer? Here, you can talk briefly about their marketing mix variables, for instance. Okay, marketing mix variables, right? They are offering these products with that price. They distribute the product here, and they promote this product through running TV advertising campaign, using Facebook page, using Instagram, and they also do sales promotional activities, you know, through discounting at the supermarket and so on and so forth, for instance, right? And they have, in terms of product, they have a range of products, but they're in this product category that my product is competing. They focus on this one. This is their flagship at the moment. Okay. Now, and then you go back to the SWOT analysis. Okay, here strengths and weaknesses are basically related to the company's resources. Okay, company's resources. Okay, what are they? Look, I gave example in module 1. The company's resources include the brand equity, for instance, the brand power, the financial resources, okay, the human resources, okay, or talent, okay, the access to customers, okay, access to customers, access to suppliers, okay, technology that they have, the patents, okay, that they have, all right. So they form the basis of companies' resources. They are sources of strengths and weaknesses. Okay, if we're a strong brand like Apple brand, for instance, iPhone, for instance, when they announce, "Hey, I'm going to launch iPhone X, iPhone 10," for instance, people lined up already, right? People lined up 2-3 days before they open the store to have the first day of sale of that brand. Okay. So that's strengths and weaknesses. All right. Opportunities. Okay. Opportunities and threats. Now I just split that. Opportunities and threats are basically external environment. They contain the positive past factors, okay, or favorable past factors. So you need to go back here. Okay. Yep. They are the based on my. You need to go back here. Based on my past analysis, these are the favorable ones, and these are the unfavorable ones. All right. So the favorable ones will go to your opportunities. Okay. Threats. Again, external. All right. It is not technical, by the way. It is trend that happens. You know, that has an ongoing precedent. Okay, ongoing occurrence. Okay, it's negative past factors, and you can also include your competitors, both current competitors or future competitors. Okay, so that's your SWOT. Okay, that's your SWOT. Okay, and a bit of consumer behavior here. All right, so we need to analyze the product where the level of involvement of a product, you only have low level of involvement and high level of involvement. Okay, and please go back to the consumer behavior topic. Okay, and the factors affecting consumer behavior. Okay, whether it is situational, psychological. Okay. And any other external environment, such as the personal situation as well. Okay, so you analyze that. Okay, look, you don't have to analyze all factors under social, all factors under psychological, or all factors under personal. Okay, if you analyze 1, 2 factors for situational, psychological, and personal comprehensively, right? That is fine. I would rather you analyzing them comprehensively, although it's only 1, 2 factors situational, 1, 2 factors social, psychological. That is fine. Rather than you try to analyze a bunch of factors, but they are at skin deep level. Right? We don't want that. We want to demonstrate that we have the critical analysis. Okay. Right. Now, hopefully that helps. Now, the next one is segmentation and targeting strategy STP. Okay. The segmentation analysis, please make sure that we use 4 segmentation variables. Okay. I would appreciate that if you also justify why these guys, are the target market of yours, of your product. Okay. How we justify? Let me talk about justification later. I just want to discuss the 4 segmentation variables here. Okay. The 4 segmentation variables include the geographic, okay, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral. All right. Please use all of them. Okay. No discount. We are not Woolies or Coles. Okay. So please use all of them. Why all of them? Because that helps us understanding the customers better. Okay. And justify. Okay. When you justify, you can refer to the benefit of the product or the value of the product. Okay. Because the value of the product should mirror to the target market. Okay. Think about video game, for instance, Xbox or PlayStation. Okay. Who will benefit from this game, right? That will help you to understand the target market using these variables, right? So that helps you with the targeting, the segmentation, all right? Target market. Now, targeting strategy in here includes a few things. Either you use mass marketing strategy or undifferentiated, right? Very likely. You are not using this one because this one is, unless you are a monopoly holder in that industry, it's hard for you to adopt undifferentiated targeting strategy, right? In saying that, I would recommend you not to use variables that shows everyone, all ages, for instance. That doesn't tell us anything. My target market is all ages. Well, doesn't tell anything, right? Please specify that, or be specific, okay? Undifferentiated. The next one is differentiated. So very likely your product may adopt differentiated or niche targeting strategy or concentrated targeting strategy. Okay, I don't think it will be micro marketing, okay? But either differentiated or concentrated. You please think about it. Right. Now we come to the positioning, and positioning, the end goal is to create a positioning statement. When it comes to positioning strategy, we know that positioning is defined as the way the product is defined by the customers based on its important attributes. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to recommend you to do is to create a positioning map. Okay, well, you can use either using price and quality variable, okay, which is fine, right? Ideally, you use the variables that is related to the needs of the customers. Okay, the needs of the customers to map your brand and your competitors. Now, by the way, I got a couple years ago, I got someone drawing a positioning map, only one brand, his brand. That is, no, I can't remember whether it was a male or female actually. I remember the map. Okay, only one dot. Okay, that is not a map that we want because that map doesn't tell us the distance, right? So it should include your brand and main competitor's brand. Okay, and then from that positioning map, you create a positioning statement, which is basically you need to use the formula to whom your what? Your brand is what concept, okay, with what point of differentiations, okay, to whom or to what target market with what need, your brand is what concept that you promise, okay, with what point of differentiation. Okay? And a summary of key brand strategies, whether you're using whether your brand is using family or individual branding strategy or combo or combination of those things, right? And if you can also look at the brand development strategies, right? Like line extension, brand extension, new brand, multi-brand. Okay, that will do the trick. And then your marketing mix variables, right? Your product strategy. Please use. There are concepts that you also need to use in here, such as the classification of product service. Therefore, I'm assuming that you work on the consumer product, okay? Whether these guys are in convenience product, shopping product, or specialty product, okay? 3 levels of products, okay? And then you also discuss the width, line, and depth of the product, and then pricing strategies. Okay, pricing strategies that you need to discuss, and placements, which is basically about the channel distribution, distribution coverage, distribution. Okay, so they are the product price placements. Okay, and then your promotional mix. All right, there are 5 things that we just discussed before. All right, advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, public relations, and direct digital marketing. I'll put it here, direct digital marketing, okay, campaign. Okay? Be specific, guys, when it comes to promotion, your analysis, right, including this one, direct digital. And then people, which is basically about the staff. Who are the staff involved in the service delivery process, which is basically about the procedure and system to provide the customers with service. Physical evidence, which is basically about the tangible and intangible cues to symbolize the service is offered for the customers. And partnership, who are the partners that you work with to deliver the service for the customers, right? That includes your the resellers, the suppliers, right? So anybody that is involved in your service delivery. Okay? And conclusions. Now, conclusions is a bit funny to me. When I read papers, a lot of people basically suddenly come up with something else. Right? Remember, conclusions should be related to the key findings. Right? Our work in here is basically about a marketing strategy. Right? So you need to include target market. We need to include the positioning. We need to include your marketing mix variables here, and referencing. Okay. Make sure we have references. You can't argue that, oh, I use my own personal opinion. Well, if you do that, that means you do not substantiate your argument, right? And it is not good. We need to be able to substantiate our argument, support our argument with the information that we research, okay? All right, so that's basically the assessment in a nutshell, okay? Any comments, questions so far?
No, all good.
All good? Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Brilliant. Look, if you don't have any questions, I will off you from the hook, all right? And please stay tuned. At least we have one more session to discuss the draft, right? So jump into the online drop-in session next Wednesday. And I'll try to organize the other session to help you guys with the assessment, okay? All right, stay tuned, yeah? Have a good one, guys.
Great, you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining me.
Bye. Cheers. Bye.